Life is short, make it sweet.
Love that message. That's Old Dominion's Make It Sweet.
Yeah, we've got 3 of the band's members joining us now. Matthew, Trevor, and Brad. Guys, good to see you.
We love you guys. We love seeing you at the award shows. Okay, before we get into the music and everything, you guys are big Game of Thrones fans, right?
Yes.
I just want to know, did you like the finale or you just...
I
haven't
did.
seen it, so please be careful.
Okay.
I hope you weren't listening
We
earlier,
see it.
by the way.
Well, let's just totally ruin it for him.
Okay, you haven't seen it
It
yet.
was almost totally ruined before we came on air. I was like, do not look at the screen
Yeah,
right
it's like
now.
we're looking at the
it's
camera.
all
Did
laid
you guys
out
see
right
it?
there.
You guys saw it?
I saw it.
I
watched
haven't
it
even
this
seen
morning.
one episode, so
Okay.
I'm out.
You're
But
out
these
of it.
guys are in.
No, I woke up this morning. I'm like, I have to watch it because everyone's going to be talking about it. So I watched it.
Oh, you woke up this
And-
morning and watched it first
I
thing?
did.
Oh, wow.
Man, yay or nay? Did you
I
like it?
say yay.
You liked it?
I don't know what
Okay,
everyone's
good.
complaining about. I say
Yeah,
yay.
we like to
Yay.
complain
I mean, you
about
can't please everybody, so
Yeah.
it's
True.
like,
Yeah, everyone's
I think
going to
they
be
did a good
unhappy.
it. You have a lot of binging to do.
I know. Years from now, when
You'll never do it.
Yeah, right. When you decide you want to give 70-some hours of your life in a short period of time.
it's a big commitment.
so fairies and
Yeah. Let's talk about this, Matthew. You had surgery on your leg earlier this year.
I did. It's actually my hip surgery.
Oh, hip surgery. How are we doing?
I'm good, man. I'm seem to be moving around. I mean, you were at the show the other night.
That was what I was
so
going to say. Friday night, I was at the show. We loved it. You were everywhere.
Yeah.
No sign
I'm
of
pretty.
injury.
I'm pretty mobile now. I can do.
Yeah.
I'm like 90%.
Okay, good.
So, yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that you're doing better. You guys, this is interesting. You guys wrote and recorded the song Make It Sweet in one day.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Yeah, we
very
did.
impressive.
Thank you. We've never done anything like that before, but we just booked studio time and we were like, let's just not go in with any songs in mind. Let's try to write one from scratch and record it. And so what you hear on the radio is what we wrote that day and what we recorded that day.
Wow. And what was it about that song that really clicked for you as a band?
I think it was just like, we went in with just us and just our, mediocre instruments all over. And it was just kind of like the sound that we made. It's kind of felt very pure to our band,
As opposed to like the studio instruments that are generally there with studio players and stuff
or
like
as
that.
opposed to like bringing a song in that we wrote, separately, like maybe a couple of us wrote, or one of us wrote with some other people, and then you make a demo of it, and then you bring it in the studio and you try to interpret that demo or change it or whatever. This was just pure from the get-go of us all sitting in a room together, playing as a band with no preconceived notion of what it should be.
Yeah.
No pressure on whether it should be even successful or not. Let's just see if we can write something and then record it and see what happens.
There's a real purity to that, right? And I'm sure as artists, that's really fulfilling to kind of get to that pure level. It seems like you guys place a lot of value in that. Another powerful song that you have, this really emotional song called Some People Do.
Yeah.
I love the message of it. Talk to me about that, where that lands for you guys, why you want to kind of get that message out.
Yeah, that was a song I wrote with a friend of ours, Jesse Fraser and Shane McAnally, and Thomas Rhett's actually a co-writer on it too. And it was
people
just,
can change.
Yeah, I mean, you get to that point. I mean, it's a very personal song for me. Like, obviously a lot of ups and downs in everyone's life, but you just get to a point sometimes where it can be overwhelming. And for me, that song was very therapeutic to get out of my system and feel like, like I needed to make some changes. And, there's a long list of like people I've hurt, I'm sure, but you just want to get to those people and say like, I can be a better person. And I think a lot of people can identify with that, whether it be through personal decisions or alcoholism or whatever. I think it's an important message, and it seems to be the feedback that we're getting.
What about for you two? How does that resonate with you, that song?
Yeah, I think everything that he just said about it, it's just a powerful message. And I think as a band, we haven't really put a song like that out yet. So just from what it sounds like, and the type of message sonically and the message that comes from us, it stretches what it means to be an Old Dominion song, which I think is always a good thing, just to show a different side of what we can be.
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime, it's sort of like the antithesis of our first hit, Break Up With Him, where like, I think that song was so successful because it was just a true statement that people have that can relate to and feel. And I think that this song is exactly like
There's
that.
like this strand of country music that I think of it as hopeful sorrow. And this fits right there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it resonates so much, but it's like, oh, let me bask in it, but also there's hope in it.
It's okay to be sad for 3 minutes.
It is. You can breathe for 3 minutes.
You guys shared with people back in January you're almost done with your new album. So updates on that, can we expect it?
Yeah, it's done.
Okay.
We have turned it in. Now we're just like playing the the corporate game of waiting and talking to our record label and like trying to plan all that out. So we were just talking about it some this morning at breakfast. But hopefully, the sooner I mean, if it was up to us, we'd have it out today.
Okay.
All right, now you're currently headlining your own tour. I want to know favorite memory so far on the tour. What was the wildest memory, maybe?
Man, this tour feels, to me, so good and so special. It's really the first time it's felt like we have built something that is its own thing. So like, I think even the first night of the tour was we walked into Chicago, like Allstate, I think is the name of the amphitheater, or the theater or arena, and that was just it. It was an arena. It was 10,000 people, and it was a big show. And you know, we all sort of walked in and had this moment of like, wow, this is the real deal here. You know, like it doesn't get much bigger than this.
That's got to feel really good. And you guys have come so far. One of the pieces of the show that I mentioned to you before, I love you have this acoustic set, talk about all the songs you've written. One of the people you've written for is Michael Ray, who is also going to have a special appearance on your tour, right?
Yeah, he's coming out.
He's coming out.
Yeah, yeah.
Going to be
We
performing
love Michael
with you
Ray.
guys.
He's at the ACM Awards with us.
If you could give any relation, he's getting married. If you guys could dole out relationship advice to him, what would it be?
Let's see here. How much time do we have?
My best advice would be don't take advice from us.
Listen to that song we were just talking about.
That's the best we could give Michael is, please help us.
Michael, how do we do it? All right, well, hopefully he's listening.
Yeah.
No, he seems like he's on the right track.
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah.
You guys are also appearing in Songland. It's a new TV show, taking people behind the scenes on writing a song. What are you most excited about for this show?
I just think that when we got, the idea got presented to us, just being songwriters first, it was just really exciting to be able to be a part of someone else's career. And I mean, we've all been where those people were, just trying to get your first song recorded or whatever, trying to make a career out of it. And we just love songwriting so much, it just seemed like a natural fit for us.
I love the concept of the show. You guys are killing it. Here's a little game.
Yes.
It's called the People Now Confess Sesh. All you do is grab a little question out of there, pull it out, answer, pass it along. You ready?
I answer?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe all three.
Who can be found napping the most on tour? Oh, well, I would say Trevor, just because you can fall asleep in like 3 seconds.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but usually I take the nap at like 2 a.m. after the night's done, so that's called going to bed.
That's called a nice sleep.
Except for you don't go to bed, you do it on the couch.
Which is also called passing out.
All right, next one.
Here you go, pass it down.
All right, let's see. Who is your biggest celebrity crush? I don't know why, but for me, it's Jessica Alba.
Yeah, I know why.
You don't know why? I think we all know why.
I guess I do know why.
I don't know
Like one of the most gorgeous women ever.
No idea why this
Shocking.
woman would be on your radar. Have you ever met her?
Nope.
Okay. One day, it'll happen.
Well,
One
she
day.
was sitting on this very couch, so.
Not long ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. How long ago?
It was
It's gonna get creepy.
Exactly where?
Exactly where.
Okay.
All right.
My biggest pop culture guilty pleasure. I mean, everybody's on the Old Town Road
Oh, yeah.
train right now, and I listened to it the other day, and I was like, this is good.
In country music, do you have to kind of, in the country music world, you have to kind of pretend you don't like that song?
I don't know. It's a mix, right? Like some people think it's like making fun of country music. Some people think it's definitely not country music. I mean, when you hear especially the Billy Ray Cyrus version,
It's
that was
catchy.
like the
fun.
perfect pairing for it. That was like
Chris Stapleton singing.
right.
Like, I was like, is he like totally going for it right now? And like, he's endorsing the song.
Well, I kind of like it too. All right, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. We
talk
love
to
you
you.
guys. Tickets for the Make It Sweet tour are on sale now, and go listen to Some People Do. It's out now as well.